Hi guys, welcome to Make Money Save Money. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Tammy. If you're returning, welcome back. You could be anywhere right now and you chose to spend your time watching me, and I appreciate you. Before we get into today's video, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button because your support helps my channel grow. And make sure you've got your post notifications on so you know every time I drop a video. If you want to reach out to me for collabs or you'd like to send me something to share on my channel, my email and PO box are in the description. Now let's go ahead and get into today's video.
I wanted to take a quick break to let you know about the June Savings Mood Tracker. This is created on a monthly basis by Dreamy Budgets, Miss Brittany.
This is a freebie that she does every month and you will enjoy it. It ties in your mental health with your savings, and it kind of just reminds you about how important how you're feeling actually impacts how you're spending versus how you're saving. This is a freebie. Please go to her channel. She does have an Etsy shop. You will not be disappointed. Hey guys, welcome back to Make Money Save Money. My name is Tammy, and today we are going to be doing my closeout video, but this video is going to be a little different in the sense that I already went ahead and closed out all of my sinking funds. Normally I do that on screen and count, the money in the binders with you guys, but because I wanted to take this opportunity to discuss a few things in this video, I decided to go ahead and make sure I completed this already, just to give you guys an update. So I have a high yield savings account, and that is with SOFI, and I've been with SOFI, I don't know, not quite a year yet, but close to a year. And I decided to start giving you guys a number on the amount of interest that I'm earning every month, just so you could see that, there is some progress when you use a high yield savings account versus a regular savings account. So for the month of May, and you get that number at the end of the month. So I have not received how much interest I earned for June yet, but in May I earned $7.60. And I know to some people that's like, oh, well, that's just change, or that's just a coffee. But understand, that's money that I didn't have to do anything to earn. So if you don't have a high yield savings account, I'd ask you to check into SOFI. If you consider using SOFI, please use my referral code. I'll get a few extra dollars, and so will you. The other thing that I'm kind of thinking about it, I'm on the fence. I'm thinking about combining my birthday envelope with my personal, because I'm thinking personal is for me and whatever it is, I want to do, and my birthday is a part of that. So I'm kind of thinking about combining those moving forward. I have not made 100% decision. And then I went ahead and had finally updated my driver's license. I moved in January. I'm just not doing it. Don't judge me, judge. You know the rest. So while I was there, I updated my car tags ahead of time. My birthday is in August, so I would have needed to update my car tags in August, but the guy was able to do it for me early. So I wound up paying $106.75. Now I could take that money out of car maintenance since I have $380, but I'm not going to do that because I have 2 savings challenges that I'm doing in support of saving for my car tags. So I will wait until I complete those. And then if I don't have enough to pay myself back, I'll of course take the money from car maintenance. But those are the things that I kind of closed out for June, moving into July, that you'll see me make final decisions on. So the starting balance for the month of June, when I started June, I had $7,581 saved. And through my adding and subtracting through the month of June, I ended the month with $7,567.57. And so I think it was like a difference of $15 that I'm minus, but that's pretty good because Father's Day, that money I was saving, I used that. And then in my life happens, I had $500 there and I had to use $450, which kind of leads me into what we're going to be talking about. Now, I promised you guys that I was going to make a video about this. And so I kind of just decided to kind of sum it up in this video. So let me go back to March 2025. Most of you know this already. You know that I'm a U.S. Army veteran. And then after that, after I got out of the Army, I got a job in the government system, and I have 25 plus years in the government system, or should I say I had, because I am no longer in the government system. So in March of 2025, the government agency, I won't say what it is, some of you know, but I'm not going to put it here. When the presidential transition occurred, the agency that I worked for was one of the agencies where we were notified that there were going to be some changes and that people were going to be either laid off, reassigned, or removed from their positions. And in the agency that I worked for, in the beginning, when we started hearing it, we kind of, at least for me, I honestly didn't take it seriously because over the years I've gone through what we call RIFs, RIFS, and those are reduction in force. And I've never been impacted other than I've gone through periods of times where there were government shutdowns, where I did not receive a paycheck for a few months. But then, once the government got their budget, we were paid, any funds that we were owed. So I always, after it happened to me once, I always kind of prepared myself to make sure I had at least, a month or two of paychecks to the side in case that should happen again. But other than that, that's kind of the only thing I had ever experienced. So when this new regime came, I kind of took it the same way, not as serious, but we started getting a flood of emails almost every other day. And the emails became more serious, and I'm going to use my word, more threatening. And the reason why I'm using the word threatening is because, when somebody is saying you may be forced to leave your job, I feel like that's threatening. And it was coming really fast. Like, it almost got to the point where every day when you came to work, you didn't want to open your email because you were afraid of what new email may have come, overnight. And so fast forward to there were some options available for people to take early outs, receive paychecks up until September 2025. You could voluntarily resign, those types of things. And I did not do any of those. And the agency that I worked for was one of the agencies that was excluded from this option. So that made me a little nervous in the sense that, well, wow, if I can't take the option to, voluntarily resign and then get paid through September to help myself find another job, oh my gosh, what does that mean for me? So I kind of just, played it by ear and continued to get the emails every other day, sometimes every day. And then finally it came to a point where I had to make a decision. Either I was going to be laid off, forced to retire, or they call it voluntary resignation, but I still can't figure that part out. How is it voluntarily resigning from your position if this is not something that you want to do, right? So I decided, because I had enough years in the system, even though I was not of retirement age, the years allowed me to take early retirement. And in early retirement, I still would be able to keep my federal medical benefits and things like that, you know, eye, dental, health. And I would start being able to draw my retirement early. All right, so I thought, you know what, this is the best choice for me. I don't want to stick around and wait to be forced out, because that, you know, there was a lot of talk around that, especially for the people who had the years or the age or both. So that's the option that I took. So as of March 31st, I actually have been officially retired. And since then, I have been living off of my savings because it takes time for your retirement to kick in and you to start getting paid regularly and all these things. And so I went through a full range of emotions, you know, denial, angry, scared. Oh my gosh, what's my plan? And remember, because you retire, you don't qualify for a lot of these things like unemployment or food stamps and, you know, things like that, because technically you are now retired and you're not considered that you're going to go back to work, right? So that's what those programs are for, to kind of hold people over until they find a job. But because I am retired, I don't fit into any of those categories. So over time, over weeks, right? Because every week you have a different emotion. At least that's what I experienced. You kind of go through, well, you know, wow, what am I going to do with my time now, and how that looks. And because I had just moved, a lot of my time was spent kind of getting settled and situated because it was much needed. And now that that dust is settling, I am now faced with, okay, what impact is this going to have on my budget? Because one, I can't continue to live off of my savings, because once that's gone, then what? All right, then I have debt, right? I have debt because that's what I was working to pay off. And with this disruption in my paycheck and my income no longer being what it was, I had to kind of put the debt on the back burner while I still have been continuing to save, because I don't know what is going to happen next, right? I don't know what this is going to look like until my income gets situated. Now, there's another factor that I have to play into this when I'm thinking about what I need to do next, and that is because I was not of retirement age, I do not receive my full retirement check, right? So that's a whole nother thing. Now, I am getting a monthly check, so I'm thankful and happy and appreciative of that. But I don't get the full check until I turn 56 in 10 months. And so you guys know my birthday is coming in August. Yes, my birthday is August 22nd. And so I'll be 56 and I'll wait the 10 months out. And after those 10 months are over, I'll receive my full retirement check, which is great. Very appreciative. However, I am not there yet, right? So I have to be concerned with today and how do I stop the bleeding from my savings account. So what I have decided to do, a few things actually, this is kind of, you know, pulled the covers back on the way in which I have been functioning and made me really sit down and rethink about the things that are important with how I want to live versus the things I need versus the things I want, right? And so one thing that has really stood out to me that I thought would be super interesting and helpful to everyone, I did not take seriously the impact that deductibles have on our lives. Meaning, my car insurance deductible is $500. I need to make sure I have that $500 sitting in a bank account so that should something happen, I don't have to worry. That money's already there. I can just pay it and allow the insurance company to do what it is they do. The other one was my medical, my health care. I think that deductible, I think I just looked, either it's $5,000 or $6,000. And the way that works, you guys know how it works. We pay a copay, and that money and any types of medications or things like that, it chops away at how much you owe for the year. But if I get sick, something happens, I need to come up with that $6,000 before the insurance company, you know, will start kicking in at 100%. The insurance will pay, you know, their portion, which I'm not quite sure if it's 60% or 70%, until I reach the $6,000 deductible. So with those two things, I started thinking, girl, this is great that you're saving this way, right? It's great that you're saving, period. Don't get me wrong. However, what things are most important? And so I'm sharing that, guys, if you don't have your deductibles for whatever whatever your lifestyle supports, some people have boats, some people have deductibles on other items. We seriously need to make sure we have that money sitting in a bank account somewhere so that should something happen, we don't have to worry. It's already there. So that's one big thing that I am taking away, that when I am redoing my budget and what's important, those things will definitely be at the forefront. The next thing is my debt. I am going to do a debt confession video because, as I mentioned before, debt was not really a big burden to me because I had the money and I would just pay. But now that things have changed, I need to figure out, okay, I've got almost $7,000, well, $7,500 here. Do I take some of this money and pay down my debt? Do I, so that there's less money coming out of my monthly income coming in? Do I continue to save in the way in which I'm paying and pay my debt slowly? Guys, there's just so much to think about, right? Hey guys, I wanted to take a quick second to introduce you to Nikster Budgetz Dreams Do Come True. This is a community savings challenge. She has a Ko-Fi and Etsy shop that you can go and check out. And again, these are categories that I created. There are 6 different categories that you can choose from. You create what you would like to save for throughout the year. Nikster wanted to create something that is a freebie. So go to her Ko-Fi shop, download it, and save along with us. And she wanted to make sure that everybody could join in no matter what your income is. So if you haven't gotten your copy yet, go get it. You'll see me playing. Go watch her channel. She'll tell you who else is playing. And hey, let's get this money saved. Don't forget, if you'd like to send me something to share on my channel, my email and P.O. box are in the description. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And remember, we're seeking abundance, wellness, and financial freedom. Bye, guys.
Don't tell me what I gotta do. Understand that I'm the truth. I ain't really got a lot to lose. That's why I fuck with you. Now I'm not really one for attention. Shine a light through a prism full spectrum. Pull the curtains back, you're my dimension. Lay back and just forget the pressure. Always in my life, it's alright. Lightning in my mind, it's alright. See where I come from, people never make it out. I'm a 5-star brain in a 2-star town, and I'ma give it back when I have enough money in my hands, enough for the friends in the